What's up, party people? Hey, RhinoMan in the house.
And it's Duncan.
Hey, the Rhinos are here together. We're going to get this show started. Welcome into Nightcap. We haven't done an interview like this in a while, and this will be Duncan's first time sitting in on an interview and getting involved as well. Let me see who's in the chat before I start asking the three questions. If you guys are in the background now, hey, please come on in, say hi, give us a thumbs up. It's all good. We're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna meet our special guest, which I had the pleasure of meeting when I was at Potawatomi. She came, and I had no idea she was coming. So Jackpot Joe set that up. It was pretty awesome. I see Wizard Sister in the house. Yes, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Oklahoma Casino Review Slots. Mike and April do cool stuff. There's the mod father, Bradley Jones. Slot Sister Slots. Hey, let's kick this off the right way. Can I have the official bottle opener of the RhinoMan show? Hey, it is right here. It's a Corona. This is the mini version of what I'm going to be doing right now. So
All right.
let me see.
Randy's in chat as well.
There we go. Randy's in the chat. RhinoMan, hey, bro, let's drink a few Coronas and play nice with each other. Randy, I will play nice with you today. Cheers, bro. I hope you're having a great day. Gamblers Unknown. You can play that piano. Hey, I can play that piano. You know it. Hey, but look, I'm on StreamYard now. We're not doing this on Streamlabs, but I can still do some little tricks. Let's see. What's up, bro? How you doing? Hey,
I'm good.
Hey, we could do the whole live like this. You guys might like it a little bit better, but hey, I'm just saying we have a little bit of fun with it as we always do. Sister Yoshi's in that house. She's listening and driving. She's probably on her way to a casino somewhere, for sure. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else in here? Oklahoma Casino, Buffalo Man Slots. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you guys being in here. Appreciate all of you guys. Wizard Sister, everybody's in the house. We appreciate that so much.
You miss Gamblers Unknown.
Gamblers Unknown. There you go. Hey, there's. You can say hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Cheers.
All right. And Danny D's in chat. Hello.
Danny D's in the chat. Let's get these off so you can take a look at us. Guys, as I used to do with all of my guest interviews, I'm going to continue that this way, and I have three questions for you. First question is, if you were stuck on an island and you could only choose one of the following guests to be stuck with you, who would it be? NJ Slot Guy? Hey, he's a pretty cool dude, and he could definitely keep a conversation going. So that's one choice. Second choice, SD Guy 1234. Hey, he's very entertaining, and that might make it would either drive you crazy on the desert island with him, or you would have a lot of fun. I'm just saying. And the third one, Mr. Handpay. Who would you like to be stuck on a desert island with? Jackpot Joe Slots and Adventure. What's up, bro? Appreciate you coming in. The brothers are saying hi to you. What's going on? Appreciate it. Trace the Aces in the house. Hello, Trace. Appreciate it. Okay, so that was question number one. Who would you choose to be stuck on an island with? NJ Slot Guy, SD 1234567 or Mr. Handpay? Hey, SD Guy, because he would eat.
Or it says NJ because he would eat the least.
He would eet the least. Hey, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying Mr. Handpay because you could get the Escalade and drive around.
But you're on a desert island.
It's okay. We're having fun.
You're not going to be stuck with the Escalade. I'm just saying. Anyway, as Gamblers Unknown says, he doesn't eat as much. Hey, but he wakes and bakes, so he might be very hungry. I don't know. He might turn to cannibalism. I'm just saying. Question number two. If you could only eat one food for a whole year, what would that food be? Would it be tacos, pizza, something else, salad? I don't know. You tell me what would be sustainable for you. Scoot over a little bit. No, not towards me, towards that way. Let's get some space in between us. I feel like Randy in the bathroom stall. Somebody coming up right next to me. How was the coffee? I don't know about that. What's my badge? It's red and it's silly looking. Hey, you're just up another tier. Appreciate that, Robert Kaczynski. I can't see the badges because I am in StreamYard, but I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Beef jerky. That's a out-of-pocket choice. That's one food for the whole year. You're eating beef jerky?
Hey, he's got to get the protein.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Oklahoma Casino Review says steak. Hey, I'm with you. Put me on give me that steak any day of the week. I don't even need the salad or anything to go with it. I'm just saying. I'm with you, bro, on the steak. Okay, last question. How many times do you have to do something before you learn it? Hey, are you one of those people that are hands-on? You pick something up once and you learn it just like that, or do you have to do it 3, 4, 5,000 times before you actually get it down to a science? I'd like to know. Please let me know. Guys, I'm going to get her on the screen right now. We know everybody's in the house. I appreciate you guys for being here, and we'll be calling you out as we go through the thing. So we're going to add her to the stream. That one, and you got to click on the one down below, right there. Right. Stacia, how you doing?
Oh.
Did I say it right?
You did, Stacia. Yay!
Hey, I get it right every now and then. April and Mike do cool stuff. Let's see. Go ahead and put that on the screen so we can get a good look at it. RhinoMan, thank you for showing us so much support in the community. It's truly appreciated. Hey, thank you for the $5 super chat. You guys are doing great. Just keep it up. It's going to be a fantastic year for you, as it is for everybody else in the chat. And here, I think I saw Yoshi Slots down here at the bottom. Welcome in, Yoshi Slots. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a fun trip to whatever casino you go to on a daily. Hey, wished I lived that close to a casino. I would be there daily too. Stacia.
Hello.
Introduce yourself to everybody in the chat as if they didn't know you.
Okay, if they didn't know me. So I feel like I'm on a job interview. I was born and raised in Dubuque, Iowa. Pretty much all my life. I moved here and there, a few times. Okay. But pretty much been here all my life. And for the last 20 years, I've been in human resources. Okay. And today was a rough day, actually. So it should be no surprise that I'm an employee relations coach, and my job as an employee relations coach the last 8.5 years was to motivate people, keep them positive, welcome them to the company, and I really loved doing that. And today I was informed that they have a little bit of a different direction for me to go into, and I'm not too sure how I feel about that. So it's been kind of a rough day for me.
Oh, well, let's hope this turns it around. I hope they're not making you the Axeman now. As long as they don't make you the Axeman, you're all good.
Yeah, no, I could definitely not do that.
Appreciate that. Okay, so Dubuque, is that what you said, Dubuque?
Yes.
Okay, and you grew up there?
Pretty much, yes. I grew up here, and a couple of weeks ago on one of my live streams, I said that I've been gambling for 30 years, so I'm giving my age away, but that's okay. That's gambling on slots. But I was actually born with a deck of cards in my hand. Okay. Both sides of my family.
we're gonna get into the gambling in a few minutes, but we still want to get to know you a little bit better. Where did you go to high school?
So, okay, so there's another long story. So I had a very unstable childhood. And I've been to like 13 different schools, including colleges. I went to 4 different high schools, but mostly Dubuque Senior High. Okay.
That sounds like it's a little bit longer story. And
it is.
If you want to get into that.
Yeah, right. Right.
We all had checkered childhoods.
Yes.
For sure. But That's one thing. What were your hobbies growing up?
Uh, well, in high school, speech and theater, I was on the speech team. My dad said you have to join, sports or some kind of extracurricular activity. And I tried volleyball my freshman year, and I didn't like it because of my height. They always had me in the front row spiking the ball, but I enjoy bumping the ball. And they're like, no, you're in the front row because of your height. So I didn't enjoy that my freshman year. So my sophomore, junior, and senior year, I did speech and theater, got to travel around and compete against other high schools. And then when I went to Iowa State University, I was on the Iowa State University speech team also.
Look, Randy, the slot wizard, put that back up there. Stacia, you should meet Rhino's son. He's so handsome. And yeah, okay, intelligent, not like his old man. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. But you did get a chance to meet Randy, and it was unfortunate that when we had breakfast that day at Potawatomi, they wouldn't let him eat solid food because of his digestive system. And he did show it by not wearing his man panties at the breakfast table. That was just sad, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
You know what I gotta say, when you turn on the camera, the ad lib is amazing. I was in awe.
Oh, thank you. But I am a camera whore, so I think everybody knows that. Slot Sisters comment. Let's see. Let's put that up there for her.
Wonderful.
So Slot Sister Slot says, Stacia, Slot Channel, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I do have to say that Slot Sister is awesome. Gamblers Unknown, I saw his name pop up there. He's been very, very supportive, and I not to just me. I know that Slut Sister and Gamblers Unknown are supportive to a lot of channels, and it's amazing.
No, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna spill some tea. They're supportive to real channels, and what I mean by that, real people that aren't fake. You know what I mean? And they can tell the difference. So if you got them on your side, you definitely have somebody on your side that's always going to help you out and stuff, without a doubt.
And OCR has been amazing. I was in his chat actually for the first time because I saw him on your show. So I jumped in when I could one night, and he was asking Gamblers Unknown to drop links, and Gamblers Unknown said, you know what, Stacia's really good at dropping links. I just kind of want to relax and enjoy this. So the first night that I was in his chat, he actually made me a moderator. And I'm so glad he did. I love watching him. He's so relatable, and he's just fun to watch.
Awesome. So volleyball, my dogs are going crazy right now. We must have got a package at the door or something. And I'm on the second story, so you can hear that big dog voice. Anyway, that threw me off a little bit. Anyway, so volleyball, is that the only sport you played in high school and or college?
In junior high and like elementary, I played basketball, volleyball, but I'm not very good with structure.
Okay.
And when you get to high school, everything is so structured. In volleyball, they set it to you and then you spike it. It's not just like fun.
Okay.
So I don't like anything structured. I don't do well with structure.
So what I hear is you have a problem with authority.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We have a question in chat just for you. I'll show it right here. Says, Stacia, please end the long-time feud with Mike and I. Pronounce your name for us.
Stacia.
Look, April, I had to do this like 25 times in a row just to get it right at breakfast. I mean, I was grilled at breakfast. Get her name right finally. So Stacia's slot channel. There you go. That's how you pronounce it. I might not be the best person to say it, but there you go. The feud is over. You got it, April. You want to know? Come to the RhinoMan show. Just saying it. And little Dutchie put that up at breakfast. Stacia, and that threw me off like crazy. I couldn't pronounce it that way. Little Dutchie, pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. Hey, just saying. Okay, so besides gambling, what are some other hobbies for you?
Well, I've talked a lot about this, but darts. Uh, Darts was a huge part of my life from about 2005 to about 2019, right before COVID.
Okay.
And uh, so I mean, that was a huge part of my life. Also, from like 2014 to 2017, my brother was a local MMA fighter here in Dubuque. So I spent a lot
Sweet.
of time going to all of his fights. And I stepped back actually a lot from darts during those few years too, because I never wanted to miss a fight. I was pretty selfish with my time when I was playing darts, and I missed a lot of family functions and activities with friends because darts was my passion, uh, and I gamble. I've been gambling,
Well,
all through that too.
I was just gonna say the same thing. You know what? You said you missed a lot of family functions because of darts, but now it's transitioned to gambling, and I'm sure you're missing those same family events because of gambling too. I mean, it's a passion, and I get it. But darts is an expensive hobby.
Yeah,
One,
well, especially when you're a gambler because you have the expense of darts and then you still have the expense of going to the casino.
yeah, and
And yeah, there's been a few tournaments that were at casinos, so
and the bar tabs. I used to live in the little hole in the wall bars where I lived in Alameda, California. Oh, that's okay. Did you spill your drink?
no, my earbud fell out.
Oh, that's okay. So in Alameda, California, whoa, what do we got here? Look at that young 5K grenade, new picture on the wall. Hey, I'll bet Rhino Man will butcher this super chat. I did not. 5K, you got it right. I'm still trying to recognize the picture there. Bro, you
Appreciate that.
hey, you lost some baggage and you gained some youth. That's all good. She bets 5280 is in the house. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat, 5K. Appreciate that. Plumber Dave is in the house. Hey, we got a couple of plumbers in the house. We got 5K and Plumber Dave in the house.
Wow.
Appreciate that. So, like I said, I lived in Alameda, California. If you're not familiar, it's a small community. And in residential areas, they have bars probably every 4 or 5 blocks. It's sort of like New York that way. They have these local bars, and they would always have dart tournaments inside the bars within a community, and then we would challenge other bars to that. So, hey, we were drunk throwing darts, and sometimes that's not the best thing to do.
Was it soft tip or steel tip?
Steel tip. Steel tip.
Oh, nice. Yes, I love steel tip, and I wish I would have had more opportunities to play steel. But in the Midwest, most of the boards are all electronic. So.
Yes. Crow Slots and Adventure for the $4.99 super chat. Rhino Man, Stacia, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, when they went to the plastic tips with the electronic dart boards, it's not quite the same. I mean, you feel the weight of the dart is a little bit different, and just knowing that you could poke somebody's eye out throwing it. it made it a little bit more exciting or adventurous. I think.
I can say, and you guys, whoever watches me knows that my casino math is horrible. And when I did play steel, that was the challenge. Is the board doesn't tell you what you're on, so you got to try to figure all that out in your head.
Hey, but it's
That was rough.
Do you still play?
I haven't thrown a dart in probably a year.
Okay. Well, see, I think now would be the time for me to play you in darts because I don't know how fast you could pick up your aim again. But, I wish I would have had more time out there just to go see the area and see everything. Maybe go see some of your stomping ground because you're not. Oh, actually, you are a little bit far from Potawatomi, huh?
About 3 hours.
Yeah. So yeah. And what time did you get up to drive there?
So I woke up at 3:30 to do my hair and all that fun stuff, and then I left Dubuque at about 5 and got there right about 8.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so I have a couple more questions for you before we get on to the gambling section. Kids? Do you have any kids, family?
I was married in a previous life, and he and I never had kids. We were together for 11 years. He's an amazing man. I do have to say that. And he wanted kids. I didn't want kids. And so I just never had any kids.
So you said you were married to him for 11 years. What ended that relationship?
I think we were high school sweethearts, and we weren't married for 11 years, but we were together for 11 years. And I just I just felt like I needed to see what life was like on my own. And some days I kick myself for that, and some days I'm like, I love being single. I love this life. So, it's just what it is.
Well, I have one question before we get into the gambling. What's a typical day look like for you?
Monday through Friday, a typical day is go to work for 8 hours.
Sorry. In the Kitchen with Karen is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Lucky Lady Slots is in the house. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate that. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay. So Monday through Friday, it's just go to work for 40 hours a week. And then since I started my YouTube channel, I gained a lot of weight after COVID when the restaurants opened up because that's all we could do. So my friends are like, let's go out to eat, because restaurants were like the first thing that opened up. So for the last year after work, I go and do my workout, and then I come home and I watch slot channels, and then on the weekends I gamble.
Okay. Now you said when you work out, what do you do when you work out?
So right now I just do the treadmill, and that seems to be working for me. So if I hit a plateau, then I'll have to figure something else out. But right now the treadmill is working for me.
And what do you watch when you're on the treadmill?
Well, I watched the RhinoMan show. But
I love it.
But they switched my work schedule a few weeks ago, so now I'm just working out to whatever I find on YouTube.
Well, Tracy A says she does this at the gym. She says, I look for men at the gym.
Great.
Yeah, so, okay. What was that?
No.
Okay, so before we do that, the typical day for you, you did say you work in HR. Do you want to say the company you work for, or would you?
I don't want to say the company that I work for. It is an amazing company. I've been there for almost 9 years. They have great management staff. However, the direction that they want me to go in I had to have an honest conversation with my boss today and tell him that that's not the direction that I envision for myself. So there's going to be more discussion tomorrow, I guess. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But it's a transportation company.
Okay, so on that note, when we're talking about the company that you work for, do they know that you have your own slot channel, and do they know, you do this on the side? I know some people that I interview, they keep their work separated from YouTube and so on and so forth. How does that play out for you?
So some of my coworkers I'm friends with on Facebook, so they know. And then actually a funny story, a few weeks ago, I was at my desk and I heard a manager talking about he watches this channel and they get super chats, and so I threw a sticky note at him because he was on the phone talking to another manager about this. And I threw a sticky note at him with my channel name, and he comes over and he's like, "What's this all about?" So, and he was talking about all casino action. He says he loves watching Victor. He thinks it's funny when Victor gets mad. He thinks, that that's Victor's shtick. That that it's on purpose. So he he uh he really is a big fan. He said that's the only channel I watch is all casino action.
Well, that's
He won't even watch my channel.
what the heck? What the heck? That's a reason to quit. That's a reason to quit right there. Tommy Two Chips is in the house. Tommy Two Chips is in the house. Welcome in, Tommy Two Chips. And he's telling Randy there's no need for Randy to cry. He's here now. Tommy, you met Tommy Two Chips.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy Two Chips, he gets annoyed with Randy just like everybody else does, and he's related to him. So, hey, Tommy, I'm sorry for you, bro. And you do have an excellent name. My name's Tom, too. So I feel your pain. I don't know. Randy just likes to annoy Toms for whatever reason. Okay. We are going to get into the gambling now. You can take the first question.
All right. So I wanted to know how you started gambling and kind of what got you into gambling.
Sure. So that's a great question. I mentioned that I was born with a deck of cards in my hand. Both sides of the family were card players. We played poker. We played euchre. Euchre is kind of a Dubuque thing. I don't know if a lot of people know what that is. And
explain it.
I can't explain it. It's very complicated.
I have no idea what that is. You saw the blank look on my face. I look like Randy following people into the restroom. Explain
that. So we would just play cards for money, growing up. I just remember, my parents having card parties and they would order pizza and there'd be a bunch of people just playing cards. And then when I got old enough to play cards, I was playing cards, and I was very nervous about telling my dad that I had a slot channel, so I just put it out on Facebook without telling him, and I don't know why I was shocked that he thought it was cool, because he's a poker player. Actually, he won Texas Hold'em, a big event here in Dubuque, which qualified him one year to go to Tunica and try to qualify for like the World Series of Poker. He didn't do well at the tournament in Tunica, but he still plays Texas Hold'em at the casino. So
that Tunica tournament's pretty big.
Yeah.
So you grew up around card players. At the house game. So it sounds to me like what you were saying is your parents had an illegal house game once a week to bring in the extra cash or something. But yeah, we did the same thing growing up. I had friends, Filipino friends, and they play a game called Pasoy, which is 13 card poker. And talk about some big games. When we would go over there, we would gamble on Pasoy, 13 card poker, and sometimes those pots got up to the $2,000-3,000 mark with some of the money that was going around the table. So we left there playing cards as kids with like $600, $700, $800 in our pocket after taking all the old people's money doing that. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about with the local.
And I do have to say one thing. Shout out to my grandmother. She I remember one time I was like, come on, please let me win. And she's like, I don't ever want to hear you pray to win money. That's a big no-no. So you'll never hear me do that again.
So I don't know if you can see the text right there. Gamblers Unknown says any bar in the Midwest you could get an enriched game. I can't.
Euchre. Okay, he knows what euchre is.
He knows what euchre is. I have no clue. I'm thinking.
Wow, he even spelled euchre right. That's pretty impressive.
Like Bob Euchre, he missed the tag. But that's something completely different. But okay, so you grew up around gambling. Did your parents ever take you to Vegas? Did you guys have trips that you went out to Vegas or any big casinos with them as youngsters?
Not as a youngster, but in 2005-ish, my friends wanted to go clubbing. So they wanted to go clubbing in Vegas. So 3 of us went, and then the mother of one of us went. And we had a blast. Now, I am not a big drinker, and so the first night of clubbing was fun. We were there for 3 days, and so 2 of my friends went off clubbing the whole time we were there, and then luckily my friend Melissa's mom is a gambler too. So after the first night, her and I just sat at nickel 3 reel machines the whole time.
And were they still coins at that time? Real quick, Oklahoma Casino Review says, best thing ever about Iowa is when I was in high school, the drinking age was 18. Hey, I'm just saying. Okay, so...
so that was the first time I went to Vegas. And then in 2017, all the big dart players from Europe came over to challenge the North Americans. So I wanted to see Michael van Gerwen. He's a Netherlands player. He's amazing. And so I went to Vegas again with my friend's mom because I knew that she would gamble with me when I wasn't watching the tournament. So that was a great time and a great experience. I got to see Michael van Gerwen, Daryl Gurney, Raymond RBB. I'll just call him RBB. I always mess up his name. And Phil Taylor was supposed to be there, but he kind of retired right before that. But I did get to see Phil Taylor. He's the 16-time world champion at a tournament in Connecticut that was held at the Mohegan Sun. And he gave me the flights off of his darts after one match. So that was pretty cool. I still have those flights in a box.
So please tell me America won that tournament.
RhinoMan, do you know anything about the darts overseas? They don't miss.
That's crazy. So I have one question. What got you into like slot channel gambling? Why'd you want to start your slot channel show?
Sure. So I think during COVID, I knew that I didn't want to go back to the bar. I just, very tight, and I wanted to do something else. I had a good run at darts, and I was just looking for something else to do. And I started watching event streamers, and there's this one streamer out of Minneapolis. I don't want to say his name now because he's went in a different direction, and he gets kind of political sometimes, which I don't care for. But watching him do his streams and he was just amazing. And when he first started, he was very neutral, and I loved that. Then also out of St. Paul, there's Sheriff Bob and Pat that just kind of drive around and talk, and I love watching them. Then I got into some true crime drama, and I one night I was watching some true crime drama on a casino heist, and right after a video of the big jackpot came on, and I'm like, what? This was like a year and a half ago. I didn't even know that this existed. And I'm
Wow.
like, okay, so I think I can do this. So, and then after the big jackpot, I was looking for more. So, of course, when you're looking for slot channels, the big three come up.
Yeah.
Brian, Christopher, NG, and the big jackpot. So I was solely just watching them, and then on Friday nights, Filthy came on, Slot Queen and Hubby came on. And then one night I was watching about a year ago, I was watching, it was about a year and a half ago, the big jackpot said he was done, go over and watch the Slot Lizards. The Slot Lizards had 3,000 subscribers when I started watching them. And they just catapulted. I mean, they're amazing. And I know why that they're successful. They keep it positive. They're just J&D are great entertainers.
Without
And
a
then
doubt.
yeah, and then also I was watching a channel one night, and they were saying go follow Mr. Jackpot, and I'm like, Mr. Jackpot, I couldn't find him. The only thing that came up was Mr. Handpay, and he had 1,500 subscribers. And I'm like, fine, I'll subscribe to this guy, and I'll see what he's all about. And then all he did is like post video after video after video, and I'm like, I'm gonna almost unsubscribe to this guy if he doesn't go live soon. And then he went live, and I was like, yep, I'm sold. I mean, he's amazing.
He went live, and then he went live, and then he went live,
Yes,
live,
I
live,
know,
live.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Right.
that
And then of course, he led me to Jackpot Joe. So then I was watching Jackpot Joe, and Jackpot Joe has been probably the biggest supporter that I've had in the last year.
that's awesome. Yeah, he's a truly nice guy. Definitely is. Okay, so we're gonna get back to gambling, and we'll get into your channel a little bit later. What is the biggest jackpot you've ever won?
I've never won a jackpot. Well, not a hand pay.
You've never
Um,
won a jackpot?
I've never had a hand pay.
Okay, knock on wood, that's coming soon.
But I've had a lot of like $300 to $900 wins, which is just fine with me. My friend actually bets the same way that I do, if not lower, and she gets like one or two hand pays a year, and she says it's kind of a nightmare with the taxes anyway. So I
Okay,
just if I get one, I get one. I'm not like, oh, that better be my next milestone is a hand pay. I just
no,
yeah,
you'll get one. Tracy A says, women love murder crimes. Hey, crime shows, and that's absolutely true. How to murder your spouse and get away with it, or whatever that is. And then Randy the Slot Wizard says, Stacia, be honest. How much did Jackpot Joe pay you to meet RhinoMan that day? He paid me $500. I got screwed big time. Yes, we
you
know.
did. You should have, Randy. You should have held out for way more.
Yes, he paid everybody else way more than he paid Randy. Um, just saying. So you haven't had a hand pay yet. That's coming on your channel for sure, and I know it. It'll be there soon. It will happen. She bets 52.80 says it will happen. I won over $1,200 on a 38-cent bet. I want to
Wow.
see the video she bets. Absolutely. Okay, so we're not going to get into budget and everything else, but I am going to get into this. How often do you get to the casino, and what is your favorite casino to play at?
So this is another story. So uh, when I first turned 21, the Diamond Joe was called the Casino Bell, and so it was owned by two investors here in Dubuque, and I lo- my ex-husband and I would go on the Casino Bell for date nights, and we loved going on the Casino Bell and gambling. And then I don't know how long, like 5 years into it, Boyd Gaming, they sold to Boyd Gaming, and then it was okay for them to do like a land casino. So um, I don't for whatever reason I started going to the Q Casino, which is in Dubuque, and they also had Greyhound racing that they just got rid of this year. And even before I was 21, my parents would take me there, and we would watch the dogs race because they did allow kids actually to watch the racing, which to me is surprising. But so just from going and watching the dogs racing, when I turned 21, I went to the Q a little bit more than I did the Casino Bell and Diamond Joe. And then it was almost solely just going to the Q. And then when I started my channel, um, I had, asked them for permission and they said no. And then I was concerned because I didn't think that, Boyd was streamer friendly from some of the comments that I heard. I guess it just probably depends what casino you're at. So when the Diamond Joe Dubuque came back and said that I had permission, that was a pretty exciting moment.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so I come here, and now this is my favorite place to gamble. And I actually think that I do better here than I did at the Q. So I'm kind of glad that things worked out that way. And I started using a card only in the last year. I never ever used a card. I always thought, oh, you're not going to win with a card. I don't know why people think that, but the Diamond Joe has great perks.
Okay,
So.
fantastic. Randy's actually challenging me right now to say your name 6 times really fast. Stacia Slot Channel, 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 Stacia Slot Channel.
Wow, that's really good.
Hey, I got it. I got it down. Okay, so we're going to talk about Diamond Gems, and then we're going to start transitioning into your channel about everything that you've been doing. But we're going to keep it on the casino because the casino where you're at, you're allowed to film at, correct?
Yes. So, and in fact, before I forget, shout out to the Diamond Joe Dubuque marketing team. I called them yesterday and let them know that I was doing this interview and if they had a quiet place that I could go to do the interview. And so they set me up here at the Mississippi Moon Bar. They put extra lighting in. They told security not to mess with me. So shout out to the marketing team here. They accommodated me well today for this.
Perfect. And I'm going to touch on that. In case you guys didn't know, she is at a casino right now. I didn't blow the second one, Randy. I just have a stuttering problem. She's at a casino right now. Now, that particular casino, I believe in the beginning of the show, I mentioned SD guy 1234. Now, he tried to film there, correct?
Yeah, so SD guy actually has videos from the Diamond Joe, I want to say, like that are a few years old. And actually, in the last year, he's been at the Q a few times. I actually, you know this, RhinoMan, but I don't know how many of the people in the audience know this. But I actually, he was filming there, and I got all excited and I'm like, I called my friend who I told I would never walk into the queue again because they didn't give me permission. And I'm like, but we got to go because ST guy is there. And I ran up and gave him a live $20 super chat. And he's like, who are you? And I'm like, Stacia Slot Channel. Like, you should know, duh. But it was only after one video. But he was awesome. He was there with Arnold from Hot Garbage Sluts, and Arnold was hilarious. He was hilarious. I wanted to be his best friend, but they kind of scooted me on.
I figured as much. But hey, at least you got to meet him. He gambles in the same area that you do.
Yeah, so he's officially the first Slot Channel. And I do gotta say too, I don't watch him a lot, but I do think that he's very influential on a lot of channels, including myself. How can you not say that SD guy is not influential? And, I watched a lot of him before I started my channel. And I did step in last night and watched him for about 5 minutes, and I wasn't gonna say anything, but he was going off on a tangent he was on his casino realness, and he was going off on a tangent about how detrimental this gambling ring, the TikTokers that are taking money, and he was just basically saying how he felt about it. This is what he does. And, is this going to hurt all channels, whether they do this or not? And, I just put 100% exclamation, 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 because I totally understood where he was coming from on that.
And that's a true story. If nothing is done about that, and Gamblers Unknown has been talking about this for a while, if nothing is being done about that, it is going to shut it down for everybody that's filming. That's what it's going to come down to, because, hey, casinos don't want to be involved with negativity such as that, people getting arrested for bookmaking slot videos, so to speak. So good point. But next time you see him live, just tell him the RhinoMan show says hi. He'll understand exactly what you mean. So please do that. I'm trying to get him on the show so he could do an interview too. So most definitely. Okay. What is Randy the Slot Wizard? He comes in with the $9.99 super chat. You blew it, but I'll give you credit for trying. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you. Hey, now you could go ahead and get the RhinoMan tattoo removed. I heard the removal's a lot more painful than the actual tattoo itself. So go ahead and do that. Speaking of tattoos, do you have any tattoos?
Do I?
Yes.
I am afraid of pain. So there is no way that I would ever get a tattoo.
Okay. Right now, so what has been the toughest part? Because you're starting out on your slot channel, you're just moving. What has been the toughest part for you in the whole slot channel thing?
I think that the hardest thing is finding motivation to film videos. And then when I do film a video, I end up deleting it because I didn't win anything. And then Man vs. Sluts, shout out to Man vs. Sluts. He came out with this challenge, and I'm like, I can do this challenge. I can go live. I can feel comfortable about what I'm spending. I'm anywhere from a 30-cent better all the way up to 225. So I know what games I like. I know what, it's a perfect challenge for me.
That's actually perfect. She bets 5280 wants to know, can you do an angry gambler impersonation?
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't think I can.
Okay. Just tossing it out there. Um, Gamblers Unknown, almost a year ago, I've been telling everyone about this, wants to be friends and not speak about the shady shit, you know. True story. But when you said the challenge that's out there, now, Oh Yeah Slots, Brian from Oh Yeah Slots, he put out a couple of challenges, and I did one of them. I know Yoshi Slots did both of them. The first one was the 50-cent challenge on Dragon Link, 500 spins at 50 cents. For the majority, I think nobody lost more than $100. Some people won a grand. Spin and win slots. Blaine, he won a major on there, so he hit a major. Myself, I think I lost maybe $75, but you're playing 50 spins, 500 spins at 50 cents a bet on Dragon Link. That was a good challenge. Got a lot of people involved. That helped. And then he did the what is it, the Mighty Cash, the 38 cents or whatever, 1,000 spins at 38 cents. Hey, that's a good challenge as well. So if you're low rolling, you want to do those challenges, hey, those are good challenges to do. And it provides you with, content.
Yeah, when Oh Yeah came out, was it like 1,000 spins at the 18-cent bet?
Yes.
I debated heavily whether or not to do that, and uh, I decided not to because it would have been too hard to count to 1,000 for me.
Well, see,
But
you needed a crew around you like you had
I
last
know.
time.
Oh my gosh, last week it's so hard to be back to reality. That was just amazing.
Okay, so tell me, how did you feel having Casanova Slots, right behind you? Because they're a big channel too.
They are, and they were one of the first channels I found even before Mr. Handpay and Jackpot Joe. So uh, to to see John and Ashley there was just amazing.
Yeah, and they're such wonderful people. Now they didn't sleep their whole trip, but they did have fun for sure. Um, so if you were going to give some advice to somebody else, what would you tell them about starting a YouTube channel?
Uh, I don't think that I'm in a position to give anybody advice. I have just over 250 subscribers, but I before I started my channel, I went out and watched just like the how to start a YouTube channel videos, like Nicholas Neiman. He's awesome. He has some uh, great tips, and if I had questions, I would search it. And there's a couple of other channels, and I can't think of their name anymore. But they're awesome. And then so I would advise anybody to go watch those self-help videos, on starting any kind of channel. Then the other thing is I gotta say, Brian Christopher has a video from, I think it's 4 years old, but it is still very, very relevant.
Okay.
And that video is amazing.
Okay.
And it's how to start a slot channel.
Okay. Slot Sister Slot says, Stacia Slot Channel, don't discount that. You have to 200 plus subscribers. That love and adore you. That's a milestone. Absolutely, and that's exactly what I was going to tell you. You started your channel. A lot of people haven't because of one reason or another. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's whatever, something you overcome. I'm sure you've learned something starting your channel from where you did to where you are now. You've gained some kind of gem or some kind of tip, or either you would say, hey, don't do it at all. But I'm sure you've gained some kind of knowledge from doing this.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. definitely. But I still have such a long way to go in my journey that uh, I would feel uncomfortable giving somebody advice just, other than telling them to go watch the self-help videos on starting any kind of a channel. I can say this, I wanted, when I started my channel, I wanted a full organic experience. And I
Okay.
wanted to show my audience that full organic experience. And I do believe that that growing slowly has been a full organic experience.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. YouTube sort of gives you things along the way. When you're first starting out and you're putting your videos on, they don't open up all of the features for you. They want you to get used to doing one feature, then they open up another feature and another feature and another feature. So they're like pushing you along the way. They want you to learn something, then improve, then learn something, then improve, and they give you more, which is beneficial to people that are starting out, like myself when I was starting out and doing it. Was it tough for you to do your first live?
Actually, I was really excited, and uh, I mean, even like when I was involved in speech and theater, you always get that adrenaline rush. You're always going to be nervous, but then when I turn the camera on, I feel like the whole casino is my stage,
Exactly.
and I just love it. And the people that came to my first live was just amazing. I had like 12 people there, but those 12 people have I've watched them. And so it was so cool to see the people that stopped by for my first live.
That is awesome. And I was going to ask you that when you were in theater and everything else, did that help you transition into YouTube? Because myself, I had stage fright about talking in front of people or even recording videos. I did not say anything in my first couple of videos that I was recording, and I had the camera on it, not even facing me, and I didn't want to talk. Um, that was one of my biggest fears doing that. So I overcame that pretty quickly.
Sure. I mean, I would say yes. The like my whole life has been uh has has influenced, has influenced me. And the only thing I deal with is, and the same thing with darts. When I was competing, you always get nervous, but you just have to make that adrenaline work for you.
That's very true.
No, I don't know why Trace is saying this, but she says, "Oh no, I'm a low quality sub." No, you're not a low quality sub. You're a high quality sub. Nini Slots, welcome in. Appreciate you.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what low quality sub means either.
No,
I appreciate every one of my subs.
she is definitely a high quality sub. And then Randy says, I really like your shirt. I really like the shirt your old man has on. Bro, I'm
Did
not
you
that.
say? Did you say Nina was in here?
Nini Slots is in the house.
Hi. So I had so much fun with her after lunch. Just her and I hung out, and she gambles like I gamble, and we were having fun singing the Slut Lizard back to back song. And I hope I get to hang out with her playing sluts again. We just had a good time.
She was another surprise. I didn't expect to be meeting her on that trip, and she was
I
there.
texted, yeah, I sent her a TikTok message once the secret got out. So I sent her a text message. It was very short notice. So I was, or not a text message, but a TikTok message. And so I was very excited that she was able to join us.
But she doesn't live far from there, so that was a good thing. Slot
Yeah.
Gambling Granny, welcome in. Thank you. My first live scared me to death. Hey, it happens, but you know what? Your second life is much better, and so on and so forth. But like Stacia said, once you flip that camera on, everything is your stage. I mean, it just happens, and you have a good time with it. So we're gonna move on a little bit here. I think I had one more question for you. Oh, here's a good question. What's the goal of your channel?
The the goal of my channel is just to show people that it's okay to be a low roller. And, because when I first found slot channels, everybody was high rolling. And I'm like, this is not the reality. In fact, I've been thinking a lot about this. If casinos made their money solely on high rollers, then wouldn't they have a tiny low roller room and then the rest of the casino would be a high rolling room?
Good point. Good point. That's an excellent point. Um, for sure. For
So
sure.
I just want, and a couple of weeks ago, I came up with Respect the Bet because I respect the bet levels of all channels. So, if I had if I was a millionaire, I'm not gonna mess around with these $2 spins, and if if I could afford to do more mid betting, like $5 and $10 betting, I would. And then also, I enjoy watching low rollers just the same too. So, and I've seen people on YouTube and TikTok make fun out of high rollers and low rollers. So that's why I came up with Respect the Bet, hashtag RTB. Uh,
And they're
it's all
dropping
about
it.
just having fun.
Oklahoma Casino Review is already dropping it in there. But to touch base on that real quick, yeah, you're a low roller, and that's all good. Now I'll tell you, I have interviewed channels that are high roller channels, and to be honest, some of them you consider high roller $10 best. A few years back, $10 was extremely high. $10 a spin or $20 a spin was extremely high roller way back when. Now it's like 250, 500, 2,500 dollars a spin. That's high roller. However, I've talked to a lot of these channels. NJ Slot Guy being one of the ones that I talked to. He said if he had it to do all over again, he would start his channel out low rolling, low betting, because it's more sustainable over the longer period of time. You could always go up in bet amount, but if you start your channel up as a high roller channel, it's hard for you to keep those people interested that have been following you betting a dollar 50 when they're used to seeing you slap 10, 15, 20, $30 a spin. It's a different mindset, a different people that you're attracting to your channel. So you're doing it the right way, starting out low rolling. Who knows? 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, you may be betting $20 spins, $50 spins, $100 spins because you've worked your way up to that bet amount. It's just something I said. It's better to start low and build your channel up that way. Brian Christopher did it too. Same thing. He wasn't betting the way that he's betting now. Obviously, if you work your way up, it's easier to go that way than to go down. So let's see, Miss V Spanglish is in the house. Slot channel, just do it, baby. Baby girl, there's always gonna be haters no matter what. She's absolutely right. Nina Slotting Things, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being in here. But true story. True story. Is there anything else you want to tell us about your channel before we move on to quick hits?
We can go with the quick hits. Is that what you call it?
Yes, quick hits. Now this segment of the show is we're going to ask you. They're like rather question. What would you rather do, this or that? So I'm going to start out. I'll do the first couple, and then I'll let Duncan do a few. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
I a golden voice, like where I could sing.
And where you could sing, or a silver tongue where you could talk your way out of anything?
I think I already pretty much have the gifts of gab when I need it. So I'm gonna go with the golden voice. Is that what you said?
Exactly.
Yeah, because if there was one talent that I wish I had, it would be to sing.
Okay. And what would you sing if you could sing? What genre of music would be out there for you?
Yeah, so I I love all the girl rockers. So Evanescence, Amy Lee is amazing. I grew up listening to Stevie Nicks. My mom's favorite band was Heart. Ann and Nancy Wilson are amazing. Uh, so yeah, I would be a rocker chick.
Okay.
I loved Courtney Love in the '90s.
Okay. I could see that definitely. I could definitely see that. Okay. What would you rather have? A get out. Olga Rosas is in the house. Thank you for coming in, Olga. What would you rather have? A get out of jail free card or a key that opens any door?
I think a key that opens any door. I never been to jail, and I hope to never go to jail. So
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so this question, you have to think a little bit harder on this one. Would you rather have an easy working job, but you work for someone else, or an extremely hard job, but you're working for yourself?
I think working for myself,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Um, this next question is, would you rather show or tell?
Tell.
Okay. Barking dogs or crying babies?
Oh, can I pass that one? They're both so annoying.
Okay, you gotta choose one. Which is more annoying? Hey, my dogs were just barking, so that must have been hell of annoying to you.
I didn't even hear them bark. That's funny.
Okay. Barking dogs or crying babies? I'm not letting you off the hook.
Oh, I'm gonna say a crying baby because usually if you coddle it or feed it or
But
the baby will stop.
yeah,
Sometimes it's hard to get a barking dog to stop.
yeah. Well, the crying baby. That's all the wizard boss does is wipe his butt and put him to bed. Okay, go ahead.
This next question, would you rather have babies dressed like animals or animals dressed like babies?
Okay, so like on Halloween, when people dress up their dogs, that's adorable. Babies are cute too. I actually have three brothers that are 20 years younger than me. So I used to dress them up in animal clothes all the time.
How messed up are they today because of that?
That's why they're messed up, right?
Would you rather be rich and famous or rich and unknown?
That one's a hard one too because sometimes I'm all about the spotlight and then other days like I don't want to be in I don't want to talk to anybody. I just need some downtime. That is a tough one. I'm probably gonna go with. Oh wow, these are tough, Rhino Man.
It's not easy. Toughest show in the world.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, I guess rich and famous. I could always take some downtime. Every star does.
Okay, so this next one, a hot coffee or iced coffee?
Iced coffee.
Okay, there you go. Win a race or win a debate?
Win a race.
Okay.
Um, So, winning the lottery or finding your soulmate?
Wow, that is another tough one. So I think finding a soulmate would be. I think that a miracle would have to happen, but
Hey,
finding the soulmate.
I'm saying if you win the lotto, you're gonna find a lot of soulmates. There might be one night
Exactly.
soulmates, but they'll be soulmates. I'm just saying. Okay, sauce on the side or sauce on top?
On the side,
Okay.
Okay, guacamole or salsa?
guacamole.
Okay. Being cooked, cooking or being cooked for?
Being cooked for, definitely. That's easy.
Okay. Um, go ahead.
Pizza or Chinese food?
Pizza,
Okay. Ribeye or T-bone?
ribeye.
Do you see yourself more as an extrovert or more of an introvert?
What do you think?
Extrovert. I'll go with extrovert there. Okay, if you had the opportunity to pause time or rewind time.
I think rewind.
Okay.
Concert or sport games?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Would you rather go to a concert or like a sporting event?
Oh my God, that's so tough too because like baseball and rock concerts are two of my passions.
So somebody gave you
So,
tickets to two of your
so,
favorite, but you could only choose one.
oh,
What are you
so
choosing?
I do gotta say this because two of my favorite events in life. So I went to Woodstock '99,
Okay.
and then I saw Mark McGuire tie the home run record for the first time live. So,
But he's juicing,
and
so I would go with it.
right. So I guess, oh, that's so hard. So I guess concerts because I can still watch baseball on TV. I don't know.
Okay. Here's one I need to know. Washing the dishes immediately or letting the sink pile up?
Uh, I would say immediately.
Okay. Last one of these questions, and I have four more questions for you. Bar soap or body wash?
Body wash.
Okay. Um,
Gotta love Bath and Body Works.
I'm a bar soap person, but I'm old school.
Um, so this next question is, what is your dream car?
My dream car. So I always tell all my friends that if I won the lottery, I would just have a fleet of Jeeps. I love Jeeps.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, what what year Jeep is your favorite? I got off topic there, but what year Jeep is your favorite?
I mean, I'm always about like modern. So I mean, I like the Jeep Grand Cherokee, but if I won the lottery, I would have Wranglers, I would have Grand Cherokees, I would have a Wagoneer. I mean, I would have and I would have old school and new school.
Okay, Gamblers Unknown says I sneeze horribly if I ever walk into a Bath and Body Works. Bro, I am the same way. I cannot stand that store. My
That's so funny.
I just break out. Okay, what is the best restaurant you've ever been to?
Oh, can I answer Randy's question?
Sure.
So, Randy, I actually don't have a favorite baseball team because I love all positions and especially pitching. So my family was big into baseball. My grandfather is in the Dubuque Baseball Hall of Fame for helping just set up independent league in the Catholic school system. And my dad was a very well-known pitcher growing up here, and he actually tried out for some minor league teams, actually. So I don't have a favorite baseball team because I just enjoy different players, especially pitchers.
That's awesome. Okay, we have two more questions. Well, the best restaurant. Then we have two more questions, guys. If you have any questions for, please leave it in the chat right now. We'll try and get those answered before we end the show. But the best restaurant you've ever been to?
That is a tough one. I want to say like in when I went out to Vegas, we went to, and I don't even remember the name of it. I don't remember exactly what I ordered, but we went to a nice restaurant inside of Treasure Island, and the food was amazing.
Okay. Okay. Treasure Island, guys. Keep that in mind. Okay.
So, what is a restaurant that you'd recommend in your area and then just anywhere?
Uh, so there's a Mongolian grill here called Ichiban, and they have the best Mongolian grill, and they have great sushi for this area. Um, or Los Los Tacos has the best margaritas.
Gary the Gambler says, I love all positions too. I guess you mentioned positions when you were talking about baseball.
Yeah,
He
baseball.
loves positions too. I'm not sure which positions he likes, but hey, there you go. Okay, so here's the last question we're going to ask you. And guys, in the chat, keep it clean. What is the best thing you've ever ate?
The best thing I have ever ate, I mean, lobster.
Lobster? Okay. Okay. Agreed. Guys, any other questions in the chat for Stacia's slot
We have
channel?
one question
Go ahead. You find it.
right here. Danny D says, "Who do you predict in to go to the Super Bowl?"
Who cares? The Cowboys aren't going, so.
Anybody else is good except for the Cowboys. There you go.
I think I'm more excited about Rihanna.
There you go.
Yes, exactly.
Stacia, appreciate you being on the show. You have an open invitation to come back whenever you want. Just let me know. Thank you so much. I enjoyed
Thank you.
Nene Slots. I enjoyed meeting the Wizard's boss, the Wizard's sister. Top Juicy Jungle's in the house. She's like,
Hey, Juicy. Hi.
Enjoyed meeting all of you guys. I enjoyed meeting the Wizard's boss, you, Nene Slots, Tommy Two Chips. Yeah, not Randy. Everybody else out there. Thank you for driving 3 hours just to meet me. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I really do. Until next time, guys. Hey, we're going to have another show tomorrow. I have something coming on that's going to be new to the channel. You guys are going to see unseen slot videos that have never been seen before, and we're going to go through those together on a live tomorrow afternoon. Thank you, Stacia, for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, let the good times roll. I'm Tom.
I'm Duncan.
And that's Stacia. Hey, thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay.